Peace, family. Welcome to another, I was going to say another episode, another topic of discussion. We're going to discuss a really sad tragedy. I'll wait until everyone checks in because I know I'm live. I remember when I used to have to upload videos and it wasn't live, so I'll wait until everyone checks in. I'm actually going to, people checking fairly quickly here. Hey, Empress. What's good? Hey, good day. Grand rising. Is it morning where some of you are? I'm listening to peace, peace, peace. We won't mourn infinite rising. I'm listening to Erica Badu this morning. What's good? What's good? Early afternoon in London. How's the weather in London? Hola, what's up, mijo? Jose, what's good? You know, my Spanish is pretty good. It's just sometimes I say opposite terms, you know. Bonjour, ¿cómo ça va? So everyone's checking in. Good. Oh my gosh, everyone's here this morning. Peace, peace. The east, the west, the north, and the south. Listen, family, we're gonna get it in a little bit. It's beautiful today. I'm listening to Erica Badu, if you don't know. The weather in UK is terrible. Are you serious, Sean? Is the weather in UK ever good? Because you know it's interesting. Everyone from London will say the weather is really bad, but I'm like, I've been to Europe. Has the weather ever really been good? Sometimes in the summertime, I think it's beautiful. Yeah, we're gonna get it in. Peace, check in. Yes, I broke up. Listen, family, before we start, I broke up. We have 3 days of summer. You said you have 3 days of summer? That's tragic. Yeah, in Europe. Yeah, listen. I broke up with coffee. I had a bad breakup with coffee. My espresso, even though it was decaf, I had such a terrible breakup. And I was mourning my loss. So I decided to get back with my coffee. I have issues. Anyway, so listen, Cardi B. Yes, I say rest in peace, R.I.P. It's really sad. It's really, really tragic. And I tried not to pull into there because I had such, I'm so dramatic with the coffee. I broke up with him. He's so beautiful. He's tall. He's dark. He's handsome. He's everything I desire. He makes me happy. He makes me feel good. But sometimes he gets me sick. Anyway, we're talking about the coffee. Yes, cigs and coffee. Listen, I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't do much but coffee. Yeah, that coffee is it's just diabolical. Keep the coffee. Anyway, and my sister-in-law actually grows her own coffee beans. So when we get to Brazil, I'm assuming we're going to do our own little field of coffee. We were discussing it, the plan, the ley line of the land, and as we're growing a lot of our own things, coffee beans are something that in the Caribbean we grow. So we'll be doing that. So anyway, let's get on to Cardi B. I think it's so tragic. You remember my love? I had such a dichotomy with her. I had such a strong, because she's Dominicano. That culture, that community, I'm very close to. I'm in sync with. I was pulling for her. She came from such a rough start, and they got her. I knew they got her. I knew they were procuring that bloodline. Remember, we talked about the Dominicanos, the Haitians, which is the same bloodline. La Española, same bloodline. Whether they acknowledge it or not, Dominicanos will say all day that they're not Haitians. Haitians they don't really care. But they're all the same bloodline, same island, cousins, brethren. Okay? So they were procuring that bloodline, that Dominicano bloodline. If you notice, even when they did For Love in Hip Hop in New York with what's his name? Joe Button. Joe Button. I used to have a crush on Joe Button back in the days. Don't tell him. He's sinister though. He's sinister. He likes my genre. He likes Dominican women. I tend to hold that that kind of look. Anyway, so remember that show with Love and Hip Hop where they had Joe Budden, and he had a lot of Dominican girls. They would kind of show on Broadway. I hung out in 207th and Broadway. That's like a big Dominicano area in New York City. Big, what is that? Washington Heights, which is a huge community of Dominicanos. So they were already putting it out there for you to put that bloodline out there. Okay, they do everything purposefully. Everything is out there. So when Cardi B showed up on the scene, I think for Love and Hip Hop, that was New York, right? For Love and Hip Hop later on, she showed up. I was thinking to myself, she's a little wacky. She had that weird laugh. I have a weird laugh, so I don't really judge her based on that, because she does that, like that. Remember that Sandra from back in what was that show? There used to be a show with Sandra. It was like 20 something. It used to be a show back in the days, and she just got she had that kind of quirky, weird look, kind of genre to her. So I think, okay, maybe she's like a a little bit of a joke. 227, yeah, 227. That was the show. Yes, 227 with Sandra. And I remember that. So she had that hold to her. She's cute. She had like funky teeth, which made her very realistic. And the sad story of starting. And remember, I don't think it's sad to start off as a stripper. Remember, I come from a certain world. I've been exposed to a lot of different C stars from all demographics, all parts of life. I grew up in New York City, so you already know I've been exposed to everything. I knew girls who are now surgeons who used to dance on a pole masterfully, because I only hang out with like the best. Used to dance on the pole, paid for their universities, and now we're surgeons. And hubbies don't really know, or they don't really care. So I've come from places where I've seen that. So I don't judge her based on her stripping, because some people will talk about strippers all day. What you do is what you do, as long as you're doing things to project yourself in a positive way. Sometimes people do things in on a lower field negatively to get themselves. There's always going to be karma, and kind of we're seeing where that played her. So anyway, they had Cardi B on the show. I saw her. She was rapping. She's not very talented. That's my opinion. Many people don't like this. She does. My opinion is that she's not talented. She's not a talented rapper. I keep it real. Anybody who's a real hip hop head knows that. She's not, and she's not necessarily the best. There's so many pretty girls in the industry. She doesn't fit that genre. Okay, so I knew they were procuring her bloodline. Okay, so now let's fast forward. Not even 2 seasons in, she propels into the industry. I mean, propels. She's on stage. I didn't see the Grammys. Everyone told me about it. She was on stage with what's his name? A fantastic rendition of the show. I'm so bad with this. She was on the show with Bruno Mars, doing a phenomenal throwback of like the Fly Girls on that show. I love it. I love that whole genre. I used to watch In Living Color. I love that whole hip hop genre. That's where J-Lo came from. The Fly Girls. I knew some of the Fly Girls that could dance their behinds off. I loved it. I'm a dancer, so I love seeing dancers in that thing. Anyway, so she did that whole genre, whatever. They propelled her. Once she was starting to be shown and promoted with big hitting stars, I knew that she had signed the blood oath. There's one thing I know with the Dark Kabbalah: they will not place you there unless you signed your oath in blood. And I've heard people themselves, literally executives, people will say, "Oh, you got to give us your soul," or they'll say, and it seems like they're joking. "Oh, you got to sign this contract. You're gonna sign your soul away." They'll joke with them, but it's not a joke, family. When they tell you you have to do it, you have to do it. She signed that blood oath. She would never be placed in that position if she did not. She's going to parties with Jay-Z. She's been hanging out with the biobot Synthetica of Beyonce, who's no longer there. Personally, I'm gonna keep it real. Okay, I'm gonna keep it real. Listen, I'm gonna say something. It is what it is. It's not really my opinion. It's what I know to be. She's been, and I don't want to. I just have to say, rest in peace. She's gone. We saw her glitch out. Wendy Williams glitched out. Al Roker glitched out. All these newscasters glitch out. That's a machine. That's not Cardi B. She's gone. And when they replace you, you're gone. When I mean gone off with your head, you're gone. Like literally snuffed out. You've been murked. I'm being honest. I personally think with Beyonce, she was murked after she had her baby in the early 2000s. I personally think that Beyonce was murked in the 2000s. They run that synthetica because they can make money with it. Her body type is not. Now listen, Beyonce has a similar body type to myself, not busty wise, but thigh wise. Us thickums, we tend to look alike. Same with Wendy Williams. It's a Creole type of body type. Many of the women that come from that Creole line, we tend to look alike body wise. Like I show, we tend to look alike. Some are not so busty, but usually the thicker thighs. But remember, Beyonce, I remember when I was young, we were shaped alike. So if you notice that you look at her, yeah, I say thickums. That's what they call me. I'm good with self. I come thicker, and I come a little less thick sometimes, but this is what I am. I accept it. I'm okay with it, and my mate is quite happy with my physique. But listen, so remember when Beyonce back in the days was on video? Big up to Mystic. Me and her were talking about it. Me and Mystic go in on this all day from Goddess Suite. So remember when she was on video? Some of you are young, so you don't remember video music. What was it? No. 106 in Park. She was on 106 in Park, and they said, how is the pregnancy? She was pregnant. See, none of you remember that. Back in the days, they took all the shows off. We found one where it showed how's the baby. She was pregnant on the show. Nobody remembers this. And when she was pregnant, they were asking her how was the pregnancy and how was the baby. This was like on 106 in Park. This is back in the days, okay? So listen. So nobody remembers this. Nobody remembers this. We remember it. So I think they took all the clips off from this time when they talked about her pregnancy. She had a baby. After that, when that disappeared, Beyonce looked totally different. She was replaced. She wasn't hanging out anymore. You will never, they're going to cut this. Make sure, remember, they sometimes cut this off. She was not out in public anymore, hanging out with the homies. She was not going out with her girlfriend. She used to be a normal person. Now, mind you, a lot of people in the industry gets plastic surgery. I don't want to make it seem like you're automatically replaced because you get plastic surgery. They did. But nobody remembers that when she was pregnant, okay? And nobody really realizes, I can't say what I'm about to say because I know, when I want to tell you everything, she might get upset with me. I'm struggling with telling you something right now. I'm struggling in my mind, because I like to tell you. I'm not gonna say it. She was pregnant. That's all I'll say. I can't really. Maybe on Patreon I'll say something. I don't even want to say it. Anyway, so remember that she was switched. So sometimes when they switch you, you still exist. Sometimes you get so wealthy. Sometimes they have remote control. They're on a beach with bonbons, getting chunky and eating while they're controlling their syntheticas that look really thebomb.com. The bodies are perfect. You never have to diet again, so on. But that's not the case with this one. She was replaced. She's gone. Once she's replaced, she still has to create money for that family. So they create a couple syntheticas. Now look at Beyonce's thighs. Listen, when you're thick in the thighs, remember that song, thick in the thighs? We're thickums. One thing with us, no matter how small I get, even when I'm dancing, because usually when I do a competition, when I used to dance or videos and things like that, I would shed some pounds, but my legs would always have that same beautiful shape to it. And that's something that they used to call me back in the days. They call me legs. You never see my legs. You usually see my top, but I still have some beautiful legs. Legs are they call me legs. So I had Even smaller, my legs were always very shaped beautifully. She doesn't have her legs anymore. They're like this, and they spread apart like a doll. In between her legs, she has a gap. I'm talking about Beyonce. She has a gap. You don't get a gap like that. She has a gap in between her legs, and her thighs are spread out. That's a synthetica. Anyway, let's get to Cardi B. So Cardi B gets solicited. She signs the blood oath. We talked about this all day. I'm very upset, family. I'm very passionate. I had to drink coffee today. You know, I broke up with him, and I'm back. And I had to, because I needed some self-soothing today. I'm very upset because they took this wonderful woman who is she has a love of hip hop. I don't care how I don't agree with her talent of hip hop. She has a love of hip hop, which I so respect. You know, I'm a hip hop head all day. Remember, that's my genre. I have a love, you know, for basketball, what is it called? Basketball with Sanaya Lathan. When did you fall in love with hip hop? It was in my heart, my first boyfriend. Everything in hip hop is in my soul. People think that I'm really cheeky or bougie or I have a lack of cultural base. I'm in love with hip hop. I fell in love with hip hop from a little girl, and I know hip hop. So she has a very she had a love for hip hop. She's from the city. She's from New York. She has that in her soul. She signed a blood oath. When she did, physically she changed. Remember, she was making some videos where she looked bugged out and her face was swollen? Remember, her face was swollen, family? She said she had an anaphylactic shock. No, that's a clone. That's a clone. I'm sorry. Hip hop today is poison, absolutely. It's not hip hop though. It's hip shock. It's trap music. It's meant to take your soul. That music is low. Even the vibration and toning of the music, it's meant to entrain you. Remember, we know that toning and Salvaggio and Soma, which is a toning, it can mess with your biosphere, meaning that we're all liquid. Most of our body's water. So when you change the tone of something, you change the vibrational pattern, the frequency of the liquids inside of you, and it changes you, biochemically changes you. That's what the hip hop is. So that's why you get that backbeat now that's different. Back in the days, I could play some hip hop for you. You want me to play some hip hop for you? Hold on, family. I'm gonna tell you what the hip hop sounded like. I know, I'm gonna do it right now. Hold on. Let me. I got some throwbacks in my car. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna play some hip hop for you real quick. We got a little time, right? I'm just up. Hold on. I'm a little jizzed up from drinking coffee. Let me play some hip hop for you, and we're gonna get it in because I'm very upset. I'm mourning the loss of Cardi B. I'm very upset, and I'm really feeling disgusted. Hold on. Oh no, that's not Little Kim. I don't want to play Little Kim. Little Kim's a little seedy. For all you who remember Little Kim before she was replaced, she was a sexy little kid, and I have so respect. Remember her little chocolate? She was a little caramel chocolate. Her whole skin. That's another one who's replaced. Wait, this is no. Hold on. I don't want to play this. Hold on. I found all my old school hip hops in the back of my. I think I told Cypher. I found all my hip hop music. Hey Skittles. I found all my hip hop music in the back of my truck because I had the car seats in the back of my truck. Hold on. I don't think that's it. I gotta find out where I put it. I'm going in. I'm upset. I feel like Little Kim after Biggie died. I went to the concert after Biggie Smalls was murdered, and I went to Little Kim's concert. That was. Oh, now listen to this, family. Oh, this is not a good song for you. Listen to this. Pick 'em buggers. It's disgusting. Okay, listen to some hip hop. Okay, listen to the beat. Now listen to the beat. I just want you to hear this. Feel how it makes you feel. Listen to the beat. Do you feel the beat? Now feel how it makes you feel. Oh, I know. I'm showing you my age right here. Okay, now I'm gonna give you another song. Okay, I'm gonna give you another song. I want you to feel the beat. Yeah, 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 yeah. Now feel the beat. I just want you to feel the beat. I'm just giving you an idea for all our youngins who I just want you to, because some of you are not exposed to old hip hop unless your parents are hip hop heads, because we'll force you to listen to it. Now listen to how the beat makes you feel. It's not hitting my lower chakra. It's actually hitting here. You feel it? It's hitting here. I feel this music here, and I feel it here. Goes around, goes back around again. Do you feel that? Oh, Grandpa, what you know about that girl, Figgy? You feel the difference? Now listen to that, family. You feel the difference, right? Let me give you one more song. I just want you to feel the difference. If you let me. This is one we used to have when we were losing our virginity. A lot of the old school heads lost their virginity to this song. I'm sorry. We lost our virginity. I didn't lose my virginity. Uh-oh. This is real old school. This is My Prerogative by Bobby Brown. I know I found my old school. Fleur Bruin went on an old school run. Remember this? Now feel the music, the beat. You feel the backbeat? This is a good song. I'll just play the beginning. Everybody's talking all this stuff about me. Why don't you just let me live? Tell me why. I know I can't sing. All the youngest, they're like, oh, Fleur Bruin, you really? Oh, listen to the song. They say I'm nasty. Oh, crazy. I really don't care. That's my prerogative. This is Bobby Brown when he was more sober. But I don't give a damn. Feeling girls is how I live. They ask some questions. Why but I feel real. They don't understand me. They really don't know the deal about my brother. You remember this? Oh, got nothing. Oh. All these people are like, everybody's talking. Why? This is the beat. Okay, so let me turn it off. I'm ODing now. I found. Listen, this is a contactee mother who found. I found my CDs, my old CDs underneath. I had car seats for so long. I put all my CDs underneath the truck in the seat. I found them, so you know I was excited drinking coffee, listening to old school. But okay, I'm sorry. I'm a real person. If I'm ever replaced, listen, how you know I'm replaced, I won't have my old CDs. If you know I'm replaced, this is how you know that I won't want to dance, and and I'll play some corny new hip hop. That's how you know Fleur Bruin's been replaced. Anyway, so listen. I'm crazy. I'm wild. Anyway, I'm staying on topic. Okay, Marie, I'm sorry. You felt that? Did you feel the difference with the music? I wanted to give an example. That's what I'm talking about with this entrainment of the music, the trap music. It's so low. I did not feel it in my lower chakra. Did you notice? Now put on a new school for y'all who listen to hip hop. Put on a new school music. It goes straight to your root chakra. It automatically invokes your root chakra. That's not normal. It's not healthy. Do you see what I mean? Even when they had Bismarcky picking boogers, my daughters were like, why is he making a song like that? I said, they played it on the radio. I said, yeah, they did. I was like, that's when hip hop was young. But even the music is been changed to change your biosphere, to make you drive you in a certain way, to pull in that frequency of debauchery, of low fields. Anyway, so I'm sorry. Let's go back to Cardi B. So Cardi B has signed the blood oath. She's been propelled in every arena in ways that supersede all of the other hip-hop heads. Now, Remy, you know Remy's my homegirl. I rocks with Remy heavy. Remy all day. She's a slayer. I have so much respect. Remy is remember, if she had taken the blood oath, Remy would have been propelled that way, but she didn't have the bloodline that's coming into home court. She didn't have that bloodline, specific bloodline. And to be honest, Remy Ma is she's a little spitfire. She shot her friend from stealing with her. She did 8 years in jail and prison for her home girl stealing money out of her purse. She shot her in the stomach. I'm just saying, Remy's not going to be the poster child of being procured because she's done something and they know that she can't take that advantage. Listen, Remy Ma she is what she is. That's another topic of discussion. But with Cardi B, she signed it. Now she's been on every show. Now, do you realize when her face got swollen, family? She said she had an anaphylactic shock. Remember, from allergy to something. I don't know if some of you saw it. When her face was swollen. And don't get me wrong, when you travel a lot, anyone who's traveled outside of the country, sometimes you could see certain things. When her face was swollen like that, family, because she's always on Instagram and Twitter, I think Twitter and all that kind of stuff. When her face was swollen like that, I knew that they had replaced it. That was either a clone you were seeing or usually the clones get swollen like that. That's that's the process. Because remember when Dr. Dre was cloned, his whole body swole up. Same with Dave Chappelle. They swole up. They look swollen. They like, oh, we're working out. That's not working out. That's another being. That's another being taking. And I'm not even sure if this being that's been taken over even knows who she is. Knows that she's been replaced. What's her bloodline? She's got the bloodline of now I'm assuming she's got the bloodline of the Andromedans and the Anunnaki. Okay? The Anunnaki, I think more so because it's got that La Hispaniola, that Haitian bloodline, which is connected to the Anunnaki. And it's not all the Nega serpent line. Okay, there's two facets of the Anunnaki. There's a Nega line, that's the snake queen that married into the Anunnaki family. That's the one that Enki was mixed with. And so he's mixed with the snake queen, which came from the Orion belt. There's a planet where there's beings, reptilian beings that are snake-like. That's serpent. That's where you get the serpent, the damning of the serpent. They're actually very beautiful beings. Actually, you'll see the copper glaze over the Nega serpent. How do I know the Anunnakis seated in the Caribbean? You'll see it. I saw a video. I told you we showed a video. They have the copper glaze over their eyes when you take pictures. It's a snake quality. It's a quality of being mixed with that serpent. Okay, so that's personally who I think Cardi B is genetically tied to, is that Anunnaki bloodline. Okay, so they coveted her. They replaced her, and someone asked if she died. What do you think? You think a Cardi B is going to sit around and allow somebody to take her over like that? She's not even that type of person. They would have to take her out. She's the type of person that if they locked her up anywhere, she would tear up. She would lose her life just trying to get free. She's got a lot of heart and soul too. She loves her family. She loves her baby sister. She's not the type of person. She's not the type of person to sit idly and allow somebody to take her over without her going balls to the wall. She's just not. That bloodline is strong. The Anunnaki bloodline, y'all are just, y'all are warriors, warrioresses and warriors. Anybody mixed with Anunnaki, I've seen them in battle. Especially if you go to places in urban cities, you see Anunnaki, that bloodline play out in wars. A lot of the gang activity that you see a lot of time is different species of bloodlines playing around with that galactic, propensity that they have, and they kind of just, they play it out sometimes in physical form. So anyway, I'm so sad, family. I know I shouldn't be. Listen, I know a lot of people. I didn't know her. I feel very upset that they replaced her. When she glitched out and I saw her eyes open like Wendy Williams, I couldn't believe they had a bio. But I knew they were procuring her. I thought at least she would last. Like, I thought they would, personally, I thought that she would last a little longer. But she's a fighter. So when they came left with her, I know she fought. I don't think she was a punk. I don't think Cardi B went out like a punk. I think she went out balls to the wall, like batting for herself and her life. I know she did. And it's sad they replaced her. And this is where we're gonna have to do better. We cannot be sold out by money. We cannot, family. It's not necessary. Listen, the wealthiest families, I'm gonna give you a little bit of intel because I've been exposed to some of I've been exposed to some of the wealthiest people in this world. Okay? I'm grateful that I've had this vantage point. But they don't utilize fiat like you do. They don't utilize paper money like you do. They don't even have the same thought patterns with money like you do. That's why I tell you to get out of that. Abundance comes easily and effortlessly to you and through you. When you put so much emphasis on the paper money, which is the death of trees, which is the murder of trees, and spells on it, you place yourself in positions to be overtaken by demons, demonics, vampires, to be incepted by incarnates. You do. You place yourself in a position that you can have spells put on you. A lot of people in the urban community, because poverty is a sin, have been traumatized by money or lack of. The lack. They've been traumatized by lack. Okay? And because they've been traumatized by lack, it infiltrates their subconsciousness, so they always will do things to compromise their spirit based on fiat. I'm keeping it real with you. If you want and desire freedom, sovereignty, abundance, it does not come with paper money. The wealthiest people do not use paper money. That's you. When you go to the ATM and get your paper money, you're getting your spells. You're getting your dose of spells. The wealthiest people don't use it. They don't have to. That's what I'm saying. Your money's not backed by gold. You have nothing. It's all a game. It's a spell. Let's go back. She sold herself out. They replaced her. I know she went out balls to the wall. That's the homie that totally took her life was, I don't want to say it out loud. You know what I mean. What are you saying? Hold on, let me read some of the comments. I would need some flashbacks. I feel like Little Kim after, that's how I feel. I feel like Little Kim after Biggie died. When she was on the stage, you just don't realize, some of you are not from that genre. I remember going to the concert after Biggie Smalls died. She had, it looked like straight Brooklyn on the stage. It looked like a funeral with hip hop heads that were just in pain and just mourning. It was the most beautiful but most tragic thing you could ever see. I'm so grateful I had a chance to see that and experience that, but it was such sadness. That's how I feel right now about her. And it's so crazy because you think, why do I was pulling for her. I gotta play some hip hop music. I'm getting upset. Some of you need some music in your life. See, some of you need some music in your life. Some of you, this is my prerogative. Let's see what other songs I have. Oh, I'll Be Sure. I don't like I'll Be Sure. I'm from Mount Vernon. Some of you know that. Oh, listen to the song. This is how I feel right now. Oh, this is I'll Be Sure again. Oh God. Some of you don't know. Well, many of you your mamas had crush on this man. I did not. I'm so upset. I need some Little Kim in my life. Maybe I should play some Little Kim. Some of you would judge me if I played Little Kim right now, right? I know, I'm staying uplifted. I'm venting right now. This is Little Kim. I'll play Little Kim. Oh, that's not Little Kim. That's another CD. I got all kinds of old school CDs. I don't even know what's in my mix. I just put them all in. I know. The moon. Oh, the moon. I forgot. Okay, so the moon has me feeling this way. Thank you for hugs. I needed hugs. The moon has me all kinds of emotional. Here it is. This is Little Kim. I have Little Kim in my mix. Yeah. What? Big up to Brooklyn, who's in the house. I'm giving antage to all the Brooklyn heads. I know. Oh, this is not a good song for you to hear. I'm gonna turn it off. If you listen to the rest of the song. Oh, I can't. can't play the rest of the song. I'm sorry. No, that's Little Kim. Like, I had to turn it off because it's all kinds of debauchery. Oh, anyway. I know the moon has me feeling all kinds of way. The super moon. You already know that the super moon. We had a super blue blood moon with a lunar eclipse. I'm an elemental. I've been affected in all kinds of ways. I haven't slept. Listen, I didn't sleep for 3 days. Last night was the first night I've slept since the full moon hit. I was literally, my whole body was total. I was cleaning the house for like days. That full moon hit me like crazy. I'm not a fan of the moon. I told you it is a satellite. Big up to Dr. Delbert Blair. It is a satellite. It's been towed here. It controls our minds and our bodies and spirits. It causes lunacy. People are having arguments over nonsense. People are crying. It's madness. This moon has it almost drove me insane. I had to focus and ground myself. I did, because this moon was probably the most powerful moon, especially with the lunar eclipse and all the tiers and layers of it. I'm telling you. So Cardi B, rest in peace. What does she like to drink? I'd even buy her drink and pour it on the ground for the homies. Yeah. I feel like getting some, did she like Hennessy? Cognac? I don't know what she drank. I feel like going to buy a bottle, whatever Cardi B drank, and pouring it on the ground to give her, to say ashe to her and her sisters. I feel bad. I don't know about her sister. From those, she liked to drink Corona. Was she like beer? Corona? Flowers? Bomb. She likes Corona beer? She drank beer? Did she? She might. I don't know. I didn't know what she drank. I'm serious, family. What does she drink? You cleaned up too? Sabine? Yeah, the moon had me all kinds of way. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the moon. I no beer. Oh, she liked Bacardi. Okay. I'm gonna get some Bacardi for her and pour it on the ground. I know most of you who drink probably think like, why would I waste it? I'm due for her. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little ashe for her. I'm personally disgusted right now. She only drank beer. Someone said she only drank beer. I don't know what she drank. Yeah, I'll find out. Trey said Rona Sizzin. I don't know what that is. Bacardi. A lot of people said Bacardi. Oh, B. Oh, like Bacardi because she liked Bacardi. Okay, thank you. Starbucks is devil's juice. I agree, Sean. Sean, you should pray for me. Sean, are you religious? You said it's a devil's drink. Here, this is what I have to say to you, Sean. If I'm the devil, then I don't know who God is. For real. If I represent the devil with gardening, loving animals, being the protector of the Mother Earth, Gaia, Tiamat, loving children and families, if I'm the devil, then who is God? Hennessy. She probably drank everything. Cardi B. You cleaned your entire house? Yeah, I was on a crazy clean with the moon. The full moon drove me, and I don't drink. So it drove me literally like I was off the chain. Couldn't sleep. I was up on Cypher. Yeah, I'm pouring libations. Thank you, Tara. See, that's a proper term. Thank you, Tara. Yeah, I'm gonna go get something for her. I'm very disgusted. The dark cabal, but it's like, you get mad and you get upset, but she did this to herself. Like, you have to, they can't make you sign the blood oath. They can't make you do it. You do it out of your own accord. That's why they get you. That's why sometimes we get mad at people. But if she did it off her own accord, it's like you're so upset that because she doesn't know any better, but she did it. So now you have to say to yourself, okay, she did this on her own accord. That's why she got what she got. It's not fair. I didn't say it's fair. Yeah, I had my star. I told you I broke up with Starbucks. I broke up with him, my espresso, and I was literally, the moon has, I'm gonna blame it on the moon. The moon has me feeling so emotionally tied to Cardi B. Oh, her sister's name is Hennessy. What? That's her sister's name? Oh, Sean, you said relax. It's a joke. Okay, Sean. But cheers to you, Sean. Her sister's name is that really her sister's name? Are you guys joking with me? You know I'm a woman of a certain age. I'm not up. Is that really her sister's name? Can someone tell me that? No Dominicana mother would name her child a Hennessy. That's her man-made name, right? I'm glitching? Oh Lord. Am I shape-shifting? Family. I'm glitching? Wow, I'm glitching. I don't have my magic wand with me to help me. My MyLab guy is actually in Starbucks right now. He could be doing this to the video. Wow, the video is glitching out. It's a shame. Yeah, my MyLab guy is in there. They could, you know. I'm glitching out. Oh, wow. This is crazy. Okay. I see that. I don't see that I'm glitching can trick you. Okay. I don't know that they're glitching. Okay, so family, are they glitching me out? Is it better? Is this a little better? Can you see me? Okay, I don't know. Is it still glitching out? Can anyone tell me if it's... I can't help if it's glitching out. The connection is bad. Is it a little better now? Hopefully the stream is better. Is the stream a little bit better? Okay. I'm sorry, family. I'm trying to see if you can see me, if it's still glitching out. So, somebody said I was shape-shifting on one artificial. Okay. All right, family, you can see me? Okay, well, let me just continue the video because I can't really... Sometimes if it glitches out... Oh, the video does work. Okay. All right, just making sure. Oh, look... I'm getting rashes and hives. I'm sorry, I'm blowing spots today. Very emotional day. You're not hearing me now? Interesting. Okay, so family, let me do something. I'm gonna try to... I'm gonna leave it live, but I'm gonna drive, okay? Maybe if I get out of here, the response will be better. It's a little chilly today. Let me close my window. I'm gonna drive and see if the reception gets a little better. I'm sorry.